Don't touch anything. It's all a bit yuck. It's the seagulls, I suppose.
Thank you. Used to be a rubber on the end of that pencil. I think I must have eaten it. Still, it's high in fibre, isn't it? Are you staying at this hotel, too?
Are you Timothy Lumsden?
Yes. Has there been a complaint? Sorry, I mean, have I done something wrong, I mean?
Jennifer Blenkinsop.
I'm sorry?
I'm Jennifer. Well, you ought to remember. You said you'd meet me at the Moo Cow Milk Bar. You said you had a Vespa and that we'd go and see And God Created Woman with Bridget Bardot.
Miss Wimborne's class. You were in charge of the nature table.
You didn't even turn up.
No, that was my mother. She thought that Bridget Bardot might bring on maturity too soon, you know. As a matter of fact, I do remember the first BB film. My voice broke when I was buying an ice cream.
Yes, you did have a terrible mother, didn't you?
Yes, God rest her soul.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry, don't. By Jove, you certainly, haven't you, filled out? Since you were 11, anyway. You were the prettiest girl in 3C, really. I can say that now. Listen, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah, are you coming?
Okay.
Oh, no, forget it. Cancel, don't worry. You're spoken for, are you? Well, we all are, one way or another.
Sorry.
No, it doesn't matter, don't worry.
What are you doing in Eastbourne?
Well, as a matter of fact,
The Librarians' Conference.
What? The Librarians' Conference? What? Rows and rows of dreary little men in tweed jackets with leather patches in their elbow, belly aching about cutbacks. No, I'm here on my honeymoon, as a matter of fact.
Eastbourne in March?
Well, my first wedding, you know, we went to Hawaii. And I thought, funny sort of way, I thought, Honolulu, what is it after all, you know? Slough with waves, really.
I must be keeping you from your bride.
No, don't worry, she's on hold. She'll tread water till I get back. Well, it's lovely to see you, Jennifer, anyway.
You'll be late.
Oh.
This is my brother, Mike.
Oh, brother. Oh.
Yes, we've come down to visit our aunt. She's in hospital.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, brother, that's different. I mean, we...
Come on, if we're not the first ones in at visiting time, you know what she's like.
Look, why don't you and I see each other tomorrow night?
But you're on your honeymoon.
Well, officially, yes, you know, but I mean, it's a very open marriage, you know. It's a very open honeymoon, to be honest. She's already had a bit of a fling with the vicar in the vestry when I wasn't looking.
In the vestry?
Well, you know, we're very adult, really. I mean, you know, I used to let it hang out in the 60s, and quite frankly, it's still hanging out.
What are you doing out here? There's a dewdrop on your nose. Good evening. Blow.
I don't want to blow, Mother.
You brought your mother on your honeymoon?
Honeymoon? Timothy, have you been fibbing to the neighbours? It's very nice to meet you, Mrs. We're here for the library conference, you know. Oh, that'll be room service with the Lucasade. He needs so much building up.
Honeymoon, I almost believed you. You haven't changed a bit.
I have changed. Honestly, I have. I will change. Jennifer, I will... Oh. Ugh. I think it was a seagull, Mother. And there she was, Moo, Jennifer Blenkinsop, on the next balcony, standing there, a shaft of moonlight. The girl I'd let slip through my fingers.
Well, you've done it again now, haven't you? Sugar and derision. Hasn't Mother ever heard of oven cleaner?
Yeah, she puts it in the teacups to stop them furring up.
You know, this oven is so dirty, it's lethal. If you put your head in here, you wouldn't need to turn the gas on. Gordon Bennett, there are stalactites hanging down.
Oh, that's probably from when the turkey exploded. You know, when she stuffed it with lentils. In a magical way, you know, I think she felt it too.
The turkey?
No, Jennifer I'm talking about. Jennifer, you know. She looked at me and I looked at her. The world stopped. Somebody somewhere was tinkling on the piano.
Noel Callard, no doubt.
Muriel, we're talking about magical moments here.
Look at that. They don't make screws like that anymore. That was left over for when I converted the chicken coop into an air raid shelter. Fell over when the cat sat on it.
She's become quite an exquisite creature now.
Oh, she could do with a flea collar, though.
Not the cat, Father.
Hopping about all over the place. Don't walk on the rag rug without gumboots.
Look, Father, you're not listening to my exciting story, you know. It was transcendental.
Language, Timothy.
I was transmogrified.
So was the cat.
Please stop talking about the cat, Father. Where's your sense of romance?
Cat gets more romance than you do, and she's been damned.
Moo, please, I do have rather tender feelings.
So has the cat. Howl the place down. Oh, that would be the post.
Ships that pass in the night, I suppose.
It's about time you hailed one of those passing ships and clambered aboard.
You do not clamber aboard Jennifer Blenkinsop. She used to come top in domestic science. She got a gold star for her dumplings.
She used to live over our way somewhere. Had a bloke called Sandy. Did you get her phone number?
Well, it's the first meeting, wasn't it?
And the last, the way that you go on. Now, she must be in the phone.
No, listen. Look, face facts, you know. What use am I to womankind? Failing powers, I can't even waggle my ears anymore.
Women do not expect you to waggle your ears. You waggle other things.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, you know the facts of life.
Oh, you are.
No, he doesn't, Muriel. Thank you very much. And I will not have people sneaking into the house and cleaning up behind my back. Timothy, has the milkman been?
Been? Well, I don't know, Mother. It seemed rather a personal question to ask.
There's hair in your ears. Borrow your father's tweezers. Muriel, make some tea. The devil finds work for idle hands.
What, you mean he's running some sort of youth opportunity scheme?
Oh, very Tommy Handley. Your hair needs washing. Fill the basin.
I'll do it myself, Mother. Last week you held me under so long, my entire life flashed in front of my eyes.
Well, that can't have been very interesting. Where are you going?
To make it more interesting.
Phyllis, my dearest darling, guess what? Wonderful news.
Goodness me, he's overdosed on Philisan.
He did just what he said he'd do. Claude has invited us out to Australia. 3 weeks, all money paid, all expenses and everything. You and me, Phyllis. Second honeymoon.
Oh, that is wonderful!
You lucky thing!
Oh, Claude's the one I should have married.
Give us a ring, soon as pos, you old drunk, and I'll lay in a lorry load of Alka-Seltzer.
He was the one with the sense of humour.
Good old Claude.
He still carries a bit of a torch for me. Well, let's go and ring him then.
The middle of the night in Australia.
So we'll catch him in, won't we?
Timothy, yes. There you go. You'll have 3 weeks on your own, eh? Nudge, nudge. Freedom to see Jennifer.
Bit of a responsibility.
Why?
Well, I don't know how to work the washing machine.
Oh,
Sorry I'm late, Tim.
Don't worry. I got one in for you. A pint of Australian lager. Get you in practice. You know what Uncle Claude's like.
Here's to you, Claude. Damn generous of him.
Yes.
Well, your mother's down at the travel agent, making a kerfuffle. She's trying to get a seat facing the engine.
Well, she's just not used to travel, is she, you know? Do you remember when we went to the Isle of Wight? She gave me so many quells, my deck chair collapsed, and I never noticed.
Well, I could have gone to Oz a long time before this, you know. My old pal, Dingo MacLeod, wanted me to go back with him after the war. Good old Dingo. He saved my life, you know, when I was attacked by a lovesick camel.
Yes, I remember you telling me, yes. He took him out with a couple of bricks from behind.
Oh, I told you.
Well, not so much that one, no. But you've told me the other one quite a lot. You know, the other one about
Oh,
Dingo.
yes, 1945, when Dingo and I were guarding the Suez Canal.
Yes, that's the one. You've told me that a lot of times, Father.
Yeah, yes, that was it. 1945 it was. Dingo and I, we were guarding the Suez Canal. Well, there was nothing to do. Just lie down in the desert and sunbathe. In the buff, of course. Baked black we were. From time to time, we waved to a troop ship as it went by.
And then one day...
Then one day, this ship came by and he was flying the Australian flag. And up jumped old Dingo and he was waving with everything he got.
Then there was this screaming.
Oh, yes, there's all this screaming and thousands of people running. Well, you know, the ship was full of ATS girls all rushing to have a look. Poor old Dingo didn't know where to put himself. He had to fall flat on his face, bang onto a scorpion. Well, up he jumped and he's running round and round in circles, and damn me if the fella steering the ship doesn't run it aground.
Then a week later, you found yourself in this bar in Portside.
Yeah, that's it. A week later, in this bar in Portside, this lovely girl came up to me. She said, "I know who you are," she said, "by the suntan you've got. You're the bloke who's chasing around starkers in the desert. I was on that boat. Oh, I'm very impressed we all were. Will you have a drink?" And you know what I said, Timothy? Do you know what I said?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I do, yes. Yes, I do know what you said. You said, no, that was Dingo MacLeod over there in the corner.
And all I had to say was, yes, it was me. Most beautiful creature on God's earth. And I handed it over to Dingo Bloody MacLeod. Well, you see the point of the story?
Yes. Yes, I do. Funnily enough, I do see the point of the story. Will you excuse me, Father? I've got some shopping to do. Yes, I do. I do see the point of the story.
You do? Good. I'm damned if I do.
Someday I'll find you, moon behind you. I'm not in, Mother.
It's not her, it's me. Good Lord. You look like Madame Butterfly.
Moo, what are you doing in here again?
You are going out tonight with Jennifer Blenkinsop. I fixed it.
Look, Moo, why don't you keep out of my affairs?
What affairs? You don't have any affairs.
Moo, I am not ready for Jennifer Blenkinsop yet. I've got to learn Mad Dogs and Englishmen. I've got to buy a sunbed, get a cravat. I've got to mug up on the joys of sex.
Look, she is not going out tonight, and she is waiting for you to give her a ring. And she's not married. Have you got a cigarette?
Yes, cigarette. I must get a silver case to go with the gown, of course. Yes, a cigarette, by all means.
Duresque minor? How old are these?
Haven't smoked for a long time. There we are. I've got to get a cigarette holder, too, to go with those.
Look, there is Jennifer's number. Go and give her a ring. Go on.
Look, let us be sophisticated about this. If she has been unmarried all these years, you don't think she's perhaps a little bit odd, do you?
You are not married. Are you odd?
No, not at all, of course
Well,
not.
nor she. She lived with this bloke for years. Sandy Ionides. He's not in the picture now.
Lived with? Lived with? You mean she's not as, pure as the driven,
No, she is not pure as the driven. But she's the best bit of slush you can hope for now.
No, you say. That's very nice.
You're 45, Tim.
I'm a very young 45. I still take halib orange.
Will you go and phone now?
Look, this Sandy Ionides fellow, what is he like physically? Is he big, brawny? 6 foot or something like that?
Oh, does it matter?
No, not to me at all. No, not at all.
He is 5'1". He's not as tall as you are.
Oh, good, excellent, wonderful. Tally-ho!
Oh, go and ring her.
There's just one thing. You don't think I'm going to be too tall for her, do you?
Oh, get out, get out!
Claude's place doesn't get a mention here. It must be more or less there.
What's that huge snake?
Snake? Where?
If they have snakes, I'm not going.
That's not a snake. That's the S in Australia. You know something, Phyllis? They got a completely different set of stars down there in the sky.
Do they have decent hairdressers?
Well, Claude says they've got a rotary.
A rotary clothesline?
Oh, a rotary club. It's very go-ahead. They even let women in on Anzac Day.
Shh! Timothy's making a phone call.
They're bound to have a hairdressers. After all, it's not the other side of the world, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, you're listening in.
Say something. Keep talking.
Eh?
Anything. Your usual rubbish. It doesn't matter. Just keep talking.
Oh, fair enough. You know, I see this trip as a second honeymoon. Bondi Beach in the moonlight. Do you remember how you used to slip your hand into my #1 field dressing pocket? Squeeze my thigh whenever Ann Ziegler and Webster came on. We'll gather lilacs.
Shut up. Well, you can forget about Australia for a start. We're not going.
What?
He's making a date with that woman on the balcony. I knew there was something in the wind. He's excited, laughing. He's jingling his pennies. And Muriel's there, egging him on.
But why aren't we going to Australia?
Well, I'm not having him throwing himself away on some hussy when I'm 20,000 miles away. That wasn't chance, the meeting like that. She was lying in wait for him. And Claude ringing up out of the blue. Jennifer, put him up to it. They want me out of the way.
I know the feeling.
I heard that. I suppose you realize what will happen if Timothy gets married.
We can't let Claude down. I mean, he's buying seats at the Little Theatre at Ayers Rock. Derek Limo in Henry V.
If Timothy gets married, we shall have to move.
Eh?
And the next people in here will bulldoze the compost, dig up the marrows.
Well, I take the marrows with me.
You can't take marrows to sheltered housing.
Sheltered housing?
That's right. Sheltered housing. Every time you wet yourself, a bell rings in the warden's bungalow.
Oh, God.
I shall be a widow in 6 months.
2 minutes ago, I was like a dog with 2 tails.
And you can be again. You must tell Timothy, man to man, that he must never see this Jennifer creature again. And if he promises properly, then we can go to Australia. Timothy? Timothy! If he so much as lays a finger on that girl, I'm going to leave all my premium bonds to Dr. David Owen. You nip this girl thing in the bud, or no Australia. Oh, Muriel! Muriel, just the person I wanted to see. Now, you're the bee's knees when it comes to cleaning the house. I want to ask your advice. The cat has done something in the airing cupboard.
Tim, this girl...
Jennifer, you mean Jennifer? Yes, yes.
Nice girl?
Well, so they say, but I have hopes.
Make her happy, could you? You make her happy.
Well, yes, I've never really asked. Well, yes, yes, yes.
Pity.
What?
Pity. Oh, well, get stuck into it, lad. Yes, this Foster's is about as near as I'll ever get to Australia.
You don't know what you're missing.
My brother Claude says Nunga Valley, where he lives, is absolutely beaut.
Well, he's a bloody palm. No Aussies say beaut anymore.
I'll have a large port and brandy from me, Denzel. Hello, Father.
Oh, God, Timothy. Is that a wing collar?
Yes, yes, it's the Jimmy White look, you know, the snooker. You think Jennifer will like it? I'm off to meet Jennifer at the Moo Cow Milk Bar. 30 years too late, but I hope she'll still be there.
Oh, I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
don't know Sandy, do you?
Sandy?
Sandy Ionides plays for the London Australians.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Can't be Sandy Ionides. He's only 5'1", Sandy Ionides. Can't be 2 people called Sandy Ionides, surely. I mean, this fellow's... Would you, if I mentioned a name, would the name Blenkinsop mean anything to you?
Jennifer?
It is him. It's him. I thought it was. You know, her type, big, physically. Moo said he was 5'1", round the chest. Well, so much for me.
Tin, 1 port and brandy.
Ah, that's for you, Denzel, if you don't mind. Could I have a pint for Father? And 10 for giant haystacks here? Change of plans. I'm going to spend the evening at home. I've got a bit of crochet on the go. Who needs women, after all? Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Has he, what's the expression? Has he been released in the community?
His mother's still got him.
Orange ones first. Red ones next.
Timothy?
Yes, Mother?
Haven't you gone out? Oh, I see. You're going out later. You're going to spend the night with her.
No, Mother, I'm not going out at all.
Well, the car's not working, so don't... You're not going out?
No. It's all off. You know, I didn't measure up to Jennifer's expectations, I'm afraid.
You didn't? What about her? Blenkin sop. I looked up Blenkin sop in the book of surnames. The Blankenzoops came over with William of Orange. They shovelled mud. Unskilled brown-collar workers. Whereas our family go all the way back to Pepin the Less.
Pepin the Less. Why has it got to be Pepin the Less, Mother? Couldn't I be descended from the lofty Lumsdens, you know, who invented the street lamps and lit them without using a ladder?
So all this Jennifer nonsense is over with?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring you a nice glass of warm milk. And I've got some special eggs, not just free range. Eggs from hens with names. And I'm going to whisk them all up with sugar and milk and make you a lovely horse's sneeze. And I'll bring the radio up and we can listen to Max Jaffa, who's mother's best, biggest boy.
God knows.
Oh, it can't be. Timothy, is that you?
I'm dreadfully afraid it is.
Well, it's me, Jennifer.
Jennifer, dear heart, what are you doing here on the Côte d'Azur?
You've changed.
I know, they've rung the dinner gong.
I mean, you're awfully tall.
Yes, I know, I broke a leg skiing and then left me in traction far too long.
Oh, Timothy, I'm on my honeymoon.
Oh, what a ghastly coincidence am I.
That's awfully awful, isn't it, meeting again like this?
Oh, dear Jennifer, I've always loved you, still do, always will.
Oh, heavens. And I, you too, my darling, darling.
You mustn't talk like that. Really, you mustn't. It's the heady scent of the mimosa, the hint of a warm wind from Africa, taking us up, whirling us round in some mad, crazy dance, making us say things we've always wanted to say, but somehow never dared to.
You're so right. You always were so right.
Do you remember, dear heart, that little song I wrote for you? In our little cabin in the west, I lay my head upon your lovely breast. Jennifer, hey ho.
Blast your wonderful eyes, I'm only human.
Oh, dear heart, don't fight it any longer. Let's run away together. Forget your husband. What's his name?
I forget.
Very good, well done. Kiss me, you mad, impetuous creature. Oh, it's not real. It's all a dream.
Well, of course it isn't real. I'm daydreaming.
No, you're not. I am. I'm dreaming. I'm upstairs lying on the bed.
Why? I'm down at the Moo Cow Milk Bar waiting for you.
Well, I'm not coming to the Moo Cow.
Why not?
Well, because of that Sandy Ionides person. 7 foot tall and built like a barn door.
Sandy Ionides.
What? Never?
Not once.
Oh, well, I'm all right in that department, I can assure you. Look, we're dreaming out here.
Open the window. Open the window.
What are you doing cleaning the windows at this time of night? What are you doing here, Moo?
Mother won't let me in the house. Come on, you're going to be late.
Listen, you fibbed to me. I ran into that Sandy Ionides. He's not 5'1" at all.
I only wanted to encourage you.
Well, it doesn't matter now, anyway. I've just heard. He never made her laugh. You know, not once. She just told me that.
What?
Well, I made her laugh at Eastbourne, you know.
Will you please get a move on? I'm up a ladder in a skirt and there's an east wind blowing.
All right. Tally-ho, I'll be with you in a minute, don't you worry. Oh, wait a minute, don't rush. Mustn't forget the book. The Joys of Sex. Oh, wait a minute. It's the wrong book.
Come on!
Management of a Small Holding. No, it's not. It's not the wrong book at all. No.
Slipped out of my hand. Oh, Phyllis, I've decided something.
There's a star in the east.
Oh, blush.
You've been doing it on the compost again.
Now, you may choose to stay here, but I'm going to Australia willy-nilly.
What, Willie?
Whether you're coming or not. After all, Claude is my brother.
Of course I'm coming. Timothy doesn't need me now. He's not going on with this Jennifer business. He's upstairs, in bed.
Oh, is he? Oh. Oops. I must take it easy with that lager. But I thought I saw him out the front there with Muriel.
They didn't come down the stairs. You left that ladder out again. Muriel is helping him to elope.
It's high time that boy got among the Sheilas.
I'll deal with you later. Australia is off.
Starting so well recently.
I expect you're missing these.
Oh, God. The spark plugs. Of course. Now, why didn't I take those out?
Now, Mother, let's be reasonable, shall we? Give me the plugs.
Certainly. You'll find them in the shrubbery. It's gone 8. I don't suppose you'll have waited. Come and watch television. There's Jim will fix it.
Mother, you can only push me so far.
I'm not going to push you at all. You let Muriel do it.
Push. That's it. You can push me. It's downhill all the way. Give me a push.
Oh,
You can't do that. You mustn't do that. It's against the law. Muriel! Timothy!
Ah, the Manly couldn't stop. As long as she's waited a couple of minutes. Steering lock. Where's the keys? Where did I put them? Must have dropped them. Jennifer?
I was coming to find you. Did the brakes fail?
The brakes. I knew I'd forgotten something. The brakes. Who needs brakes? From now on, Jennifer, it is full speed ahead.
It isn't the Moo Cow Milk Bar anymore. It's a building society.
Let's go mad. We'll open an account.